George.
Yes.
I want to hear first. We're going to get into awful names that shouldn't be names, but I want to hear good names. What's the name? If someone says, "Oh, this is my mate, such and such," you go,
Okay.
that's going to be a solid fella.
Okay, shout out to the guy that I went to school with. If he listens to this podcast, I like to think we were friends, and he wouldn't mind me putting this on. I haven't spoken to him for about 15 years.
Give us the goods.
But his name is Fingal Bleasdale.
Yeah, that's a
What
shame.
a name.
That's a shame.
No, it's a strong name. It's a strong name. Not another person I went to school with, shout out, Fergus Nunnally.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
solid. That's
yeah,
solid.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fergus.
Fergus Nunnally.
Haven't spoken to Fergus for many years, so apologies if you don't want your name on the internet.
Yeah, that sounds like a verb. Like, this Saturday I drank too much.
Nunnally.
And
Yeah.
and I felt a bit sort of Fergus Nunnally on the way home. I walked home Fergus Nunnally. I fucking got a taxi and was shit myself Fergus Nunnally.
Yeah,
So that's it. Yeah,
I'm sure he'd
very-
appreciate this conversation in this context of his name.
Yeah, that's a much more solid one than Bingle Fleasby. Tisdale Mulberry. What's his name?
Fingal Bleasdale.
Fingle Bleed.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
It is. That's his real name.
Oh, this is
Oh,
right in the middle of
listener. Carry on.
right in the middle. It's definitely an agriculture school you went to, wasn't it? It's very,
was,
very
yes.
countryside.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
What's Albert Nunnery? What's his name?
Fergus Nunnally.
Fergus Nunnally. Kevin, names that. So this is good names. When you talk to someone, they say such and such is my friend. And it's a solid
Hugo.
name.
Oh.
Yeah, nice,
okay.
nice. Hugo. Hugo's solid. Sometimes it depends on the surname. If it's Hugo and it's a common surname, like a regular Joe surname, that's good, solid. But if it's Hugo, Queensbury or something, and you go, oh, here comes Hugo.
Or Nunnally, or Bleasdale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and these made up
If
names.
you want weird, like the weirdest sounding name I know of on a famous person is M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's not your name.
Sounds like it's
Your name's Marcus, isn't it?
yeah, it sounds like his
Marcus
parents are like
Shamrock or something.
a
stupid.
stutter. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we're going to name the kid? Oh, Shamble. And just wrote it down. It's just like syllables thrown at a wall, isn't it? But yeah, that's a good one. For me, like a good solid name is like Mike. John.
Right. Okay, we're talking like
You know what I mean?
manly men.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Kevin.
Kevin's very solid. Very, very solid. Mike, John, Kev.
I know 1,000 Steves. Actually.
Yeah, but that's the problem with it. You know what I mean, I like the name Steve. It's solid, but it's way too common. Way too common for my taste. I like to be alternative and different, and I'm Steve. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really don't like that. That's why I changed my surname to something unique and new. Steve Kalis. So it adds a little sexy element to it at the end. What about names that we don't like? When you hear a name, you go, ooh, you know what I mean?
Keith.
100%.
Yeah.
Keith's dying out. Keith's
Good.
Maybe imagine baby Keith now.
Yeah.
Disaster for the kid,
Imagine having a child and saying, "It's Keith."
Well,
It's
we'll
Keith.
get
It's
to
gotta
that
be.
after this one. Nigel.
Oh, yeah. Again, baby Nigel would be a travesty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Horrific.
Nigel.
Boys, Nigel and Keith. Well, he's 60.
So
Barry.
Based on your one, then, what names are going to disappear?
Ian.
Oh, my brother will be sad.
Yep. Yeah, unless he starts quickly producing more
No,
Ians.
he has no intention of ever.
See, that's what I mean. Not even Ians are trying to propagate
No,
more
no,
Ians. You mean, and they're the people who need to be fighting for it the hardest. And otherwise, Ian's going to go, Keith. But women's names are easier. Margaret, you know what I mean? Ethel.
Although those names are coming back, aren't
Yeah,
they?
Are they?
they do. Like there's a resurgence of, I want to say 50s.
Yeah, that sort of time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
I have a list of baby names on my phone just in case I have children. I'm not going to read them out. But
I'd like to point out, you
yeah,
can
I know.
have them.
Tick list.
It's a lovely idea. You can suggest them. That's as far as you're getting.
if
with
I
that.
have a girl,
George, my son is named after Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, okay.
Don't listen to Kev,
Yeah.
all right? I named my son Leo after Leonardo da Vinci. That was my choice. The only part I couldn't get was the whole Leonardo.
yeah,
All right,
weird.
we compromised
Strange.
on Leo.
they win somehow.
Yeah, I will
and even
not
if you want
compromise
to
if I
win,
have a
when
girl.
you witness the birth happen, you're like, do you know what? Call them out wherever you.
Good, whatever you like, sweetheart. You did a good job there.
Yeah, fair.
So sorry, George. Go on. What were you saying? This is so. What's on your creepy list of baby names? You keep.
So
on your phone?
the top name, if I have a girl, will always be Arabella.
Oh.
Will always be. I don't know why, but it will just always be. I quite like a name that would be shortened to something that's quite
So Arab. You want your kid to be called Arab.
Yeah,
Yes.
it also sounds like that thing dangling at the back of your throat. That sounds like the Arabella. I mean, I've got a swollen Arabella.
Oh, yeah. A youth.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you told me that's called the Arabella,
Yeah.
if you would say to me, "Oh God, when doctors were infected, I had infected Arabella," I go, "Jesus, that sounds terrible."
I like a name that would normally be shortened, and I would never shorten it. What's my top boy name? Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
if
the
you
line.
quickly consult the creepy list of children's names you have
Yeah,
on
that
your
you- that
phone,
you've kept for
right,
years.
I
which looks like a
Dun, dun, dun.
checklist.
I think it's quite nice for a bloke.
No good for you trying to get security clearance.
I think it's nice for a bloke to think about this sort of thing. Kiba. It's Japanese for fang.
Oh right, I thought you stuttered about it.
That's a boy.
I'm glad you added the raw. That made it much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not really sold on this, and then you did a
No.
pervy raw. And I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah.
hello.
Yeah, that's what I
You
want
get
my
it
kid
now.
to be called.
That's very sort of like Lion King-y, isn't it? Kiba.
Well, yeah. Or Naruto, if you've ever seen it, 'cause one of the characters is called Kiba.
Ah, nice. That's a
For
good
the
name.
future Mrs.
Yeah.
George, that's why it's not called
Yeah.
Kiba.
Unlucky.
Yeah. Oh yeah, future Mrs. George.
Well, she'll never know.
When you pitch, she'll never know.
I'll
She
just
might
say
be a
it's-
fan.
When
She's
you,
gonna know.
when you kidnap to add to the list of children you've already kidnapped and checked off your list, your own son, she won't know why you name him.
I'll just say, it's a cool Japanese name. She'll never know that it's from a cartoon.
Oh man, I tried to do that with Aragorn. I mean, it's just you're not getting.
I feel like that one's a bit
yeah.
more.
It's too many syllables. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can say, but he looks like this. That would have won it.
Yeah, but that's the reason I wanted it in the first place. I assume that's what I was trying to mould. But that's good. That's good. I would say bad names. If someone says to me, "It's my mate," and the name drops, Mitchell is one.
Ooh,
Mitchell.
yeah, okay.
I think of bad breath. I think of short. Mitchell.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
All right.
A good name is Greg. That's just popped to mind. Greg's solid.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Greg.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not a big
that's
fan of
interesting.
Greg.
What's
Sorry,
beef with
Greg.
What's your beef with Greg?
I just too many G's.
What's your
I've
rating
got
on
quite a lot
Greg?
of G's.
It's where you buy food.
Now, I know that this has been done by every single podcast that's ever had a podcast, all right?
Yeah.
But we're literally talking about names, so give me a break. Funny names from building sites. Okay, here we go. Met a lad everyone called Painter Jack. I stupidly assumed he was a painter. Apparently he got the name for always wearing two coats.
Hey!
I see. Oh shit, that took a minute to get that one. That's funny.
that makes it even funnier.
So this is the subreddit Ireland as well. So these are Irish building site names.
I can see that being hilarious.
Apprentice on the site got called Dirty Harry, not because of his resemblance to Clint Eastwood, but because he couldn't make it to the loo one day, so he shit behind the staircase. Sly Bacon. They called him Sly Bacon because his surname was Cunningham. Oh, so this mate. So, do you like the security sensors called PIR sensors? Right there. That's what picks you up if you walk in and sets your alarm off.
Only work when the boss is...
A new electrician called PIR because he only worked when someone walked past. That's very good. Scaffolder called Fonzie Bottles because he wore a leather jacket once and drank a bottle of beer in the pub. That's the best kind.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
30 years later, you're like...
Yeah,
still
yeah.
more in control.
Did it one time.
Yeah. Literally, for 30 seconds, and one guy went, Fonzie Balls.
Look at Fonzie Bowles.
Men are dickheads, aren't they? It's amazing.
Worked with a guy called Disco Dave, thinking it was a mad raver or party animal, but no, he got the name because he was clueless, and all he said was, "Where the fuck does this go?" My mate's dad worked with a guy they called Dirty Petrol because he stuttered.
Fucking hell.
Worked with a bloke called Blister. Can anyone guess why?
No.
Because he only appeared after all the hard work was done. My mate Gaz is known as Pilot Light because he never goes out. That's a good one. Lad at school had a surname Carr. Nickname was Juan.
What?
Sorry.
He had a car, his nickname was Juan.
Had a surname Carr. His nickname was Juan.
Juan Car.
Oh, it's a bit slow on the uptake then.
Worked with someone everyone called Spot for a few years, but his name was David. I never asked why. I stumbled upon him on Facebook years later and a penny dropped. His name was David Whitehead. So I called him Spot. That's good.
So hard. So horrible.
We've got a bloke at work we call Pothole because everyone tries to avoid him. That's a good one. My mate is the Exorcist because when he comes over for a beer, all the spirits end up gone. Had a cousin called Repeat because he was a spitting image of his father, Pete. We've mined that for all it's worth. This has been the Steve Kalis Show. I'm Steve Kalis. Oh, and remember to check out our sponsors, Paramount Prizes and Graham's Windows and Doors. See you next time. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Paka, paka. Auf Wiedersehen.